Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Metro Exodus. This title from 4A Games and Deep Silver is available now for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. At the time of the recording of this video, the game costs $59.99 US on consoles and $49.99 US on PC. In Australian dollars, the console versions cost $99.95 and the PC version is $89.95. Artyom is finally leaving the Moscow Metro as he leads a train caravan of survivors deep into Russia. The new setting opens Metro Exodus to new open-world maps complemented by claustrophobic linear levels that the Metro franchise is known for. Additionally, the firearm system has been completely overhauled in Metro Exodus, offering players more flexibility than ever thanks to Artyom's backpack and the many workbenches scattered around the world. Metro Exodus is inspired by Dmitry Glukovsky's novel Metro 2035 and picks up after the events of Metro Last Light. For newcomers to the series, Metro Exodus's story works well as a self-contained tale. The plot is an enjoyable ride, though not particularly deep. Each of the factions try to explore some heavy themes like faith and slavery, but the game never sticks around in one area long enough to examine the topic with any depth. The main character lines are very good, with only a few duds scattered throughout. The lines for the random NPCs, on the other hand, are pretty bad, with plenty of uncreative and repetitive use of swearing that makes little sense at times. I am disappointed that Artyom is completely mute in the game, a la Gordon Freeman of Half-Life. It doesn't work well for Metro Exodus, as the conversations often feel one-sided. The decision for mute Artyom is all the more confusing, as he narrates during the loading screens. Metro Exodus' level design continues to be excellent. While the open-world maps are not nearly as big as a true open-world game, they are big enough to provide some opportunity for exploration and side quests. Both the outposts and the linear levels are well crafted, offering multiple paths and lots of dark corners for stealth. The linear levels offer a more intense experience. The levels are generally claustrophobic and have a lot of great jump scares. The bunker with the spiders is one of the best levels, as it turned Metro's concept of light is dangerous on its head, as mutated spiders would attack as soon as they were in the shadows. The gun mechanics in Metro Exodus is great. The number of weapons has been cut down compared to Metro Last Light, but the mod system has been expanded significantly to compensate. Almost every gun in the game can be modified to fit any playstyle, whether the player prefers close-quarter combat with plenty of firepower or sniping at the enemies from a distance. Guns become dirty with time and exposure to harsh conditions. Built-up grimes kill accuracy and cause guns to jam, so players must maintain their weapons at a workbench. Metro Exodus gets the rate of decay just right, as it's enough to encourage regular maintenance without being a complete nuisance. Stealth gameplay is strong for the most part. The light is the major mechanic, so players have a small light on their watch that signals if they're in enough light to be visible. Since Metro Exodus introduces a day and night cycle to the game, players can sneak into enemy bases at night to do their deeds undetected. The enemy AI does have a pretty short hearing range, but their line of sight can be a little ridiculous at times, as they can spot players clearly through wooden fences or similar materials with some holes in them. Since there are no more vendors, everything must be crafted or looted. The developers keep the crafting system simple with only two types of raw material. Finding materials was a bit tough in the beginning, as lootable objects are not very distinct. The metal detector mod for the arm guard made the game a lot easier. The high cost of health packs and the high level of damage, though, does encourage players to take a more careful if not stealthy approach. The PC port of Metro Exodus is decent. The game ran well on my test system and is one of the early adopters of ray tracing. On the other hand, there is no proper support for borderless window mode, and changing the FOV requires tinkering with the config files. Key binding is brutal. It's clear the menus were designed for a controller. Some actions are insanely picky about what key the action can be bound to. It's not possible to override an existing key binding, and there are a few invisible binds that lock certain keys until they're manually removed from the config file. Worst of all, none of the key bindings carry over to the menu. So if you're not a WASD user, you'll still have to fall back to WASD to navigate certain menus. Metro Exodus is a fantastic looking game. The artists do an excellent job of creating a world that looks like it's being held together with duct tape and ingenuity. The game's new setting offers a lot more environmental variety too, from the traditional grimy metro tunnels to the lush forest of the taiga. The audio experience has its ups and downs. The soundtrack is excellent, subtly building tension without being distracting. The sound effects are great. The guns pack the right amount of punch based on their size, from the small pop of the Takar air rifle to the booms of the shotgun. The game's soundstage is excellent due to the implementation of Dolby Atmos. The voice acting in Metro Exodus is the weakest part of the audio experience, as the quality of voice acting struggles at times. Main characters like Anna and Miller generally have higher quality voice actors, while the minor characters tend to range from passable to downright horrible. Only a small handful of characters can maintain a Russian accent. Anna and some of the smaller characters struggle heavily with the accent, often falling back on American pronunciations. Metro Exodus isn't a perfect game, but it's a refreshing update to the franchise. The story is strong overall, although some of the less important lines and voice acting can be cringe-inducing. The level design, firearm mechanics, stealth, and art style are all well executed. The PC port isn't quite up to expectations, but the game is still very playable on PC and will do well on consoles as it was clearly designed with controllers in mind. So I'm giving Metro Exodus 8 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more reviews, check out our review of Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 here on the right. And if you're looking for another FPS to play, check out our review of Battlefield 5 here on the left.